I played Black Man 5 times in a row on Shield Battery, and he wasn't streaming. And there aren't any hacks for Shield Battery, so I mean that's not a concern. But yeah, I just thought I would I'd show these. I turn off the Zerg vision. Okay, so looks like minimal boosting early on, pretty nice. Normal expansion. 8 scout. Poda says good luck, have fun. Pretty mana, he's a nice man. Goes for a forge. Doesn't manage to block the hatchery, but it's all good. We can go Nexus before Cannon because it's cross map, and in fact looking at it he built an extra drone and also it's still cross map, so we can actually sneak in the gateway here. So this is a little bit greedy by the Protoss, but the thing is that we had the scouting information. The probe told us we could do this. And we can, okay, there's 6 lings but they're all home. Still 6 lings is enough to give a little bit of respect, so the second cannon is added. Because if you play against 6 lings with 1 cannon, then you have to like build some zealots and you have to keep probes in the wall. Oh, we took our gas at the natural. Did he steal my gas? Is that why I did that? Sorry, I missed if that happened. Probe here because we skipped a zealot to get faster timings on the cybernetics core. Second gas. Okay, so the Protoss at this point is going for a tech play of some kind. He's going for 2 gases, so we're not just going for Stargate and like 1-1. We're also going to have enough gas to go into a fairly quick archives here. Also, the fact that we're not building Zealots means that we're not looking to do like some super early pressure. Target timing's pretty good, and we have a second cannon, so the fear of Hydras isn't like overwhelming, but it does exist. And the third cannon being added at this point is a bit of respect for that. Ooh, he misses the probe moving out. That is sloppy. So a probe should not be able to walk out at 5 minutes against a Zerg that has lings outside the base. I mean, that's obvious. Cannon actually gets cancelled, so Protoss is pretty confident this isn't going to be Hydras. And just moves into a second forge. Okay, he sees a Hydra. So the second forge was for the to spend the gas because we're going for like mass upgrades or some kind of weird cheese. This is not a strong Protoss build, this is the Protoss having fun. But the second forge is actually going to be kind of useful here because we're going to lose our first forge to the Hydras, so having a second forge kind of handy. But what we need is archives as quick as possible. The fact that we have no archives right now is not super optimal because, I mean, what are we going to do against the Hydras? We have no Zealots, we have no Zealot legs. It's not ideal. So, okay, so we see the Hydras, and the fact that we cancelled our cannon is making us a little upset here. But what can we do? Well, what we can do is we can cancel our +1 on the ground and build our archives ASAP, and we aren't building our archives ASAP. We're mining 2 gases, and we actually have nothing that we can spend the gas on. This is really not optimal. Oh, there was an overlord in our base. Yep. Okay, so at this timing, I think the Zerg's actually just 1. Let's take a look at the total vision. 5 Hydras, 6 Lings against 2 cannons. I mean, the Zerg should just win here, right? This is just a like build order timing win. But let's see what happens. That cancelled cannon really was not ideal. Archives has only just started at 6 minutes. The Protoss has 400 gas banked up that he can't use. Okay, so the Lings are just doing nothing but tanking. The probes drill themselves forever in a way that does nothing. Fortunately, the Hydra Micro is not the best Hydra Micro there's ever been, so somehow the Protoss holds. But This Corsair has just done nothing throughout all of this. It's just been sitting over here doing nothing. It should have been harassing, but oh well. Okay, let's turn back off the vision. Go back to the Protoss side. Okay, Corsairs are just chilling. But we know at this point the Zerg is going to 4 bases and lair. Because we saw the lair and we saw the heading into 4 bases. The +1 not being cancelled is kind of nice at this point, actually. And gateways are being added, and we have double upgrades quite quickly. Okay, I mean, the timings here aren't great, but it's good enough. Probe count is pretty strong at 43. Gateways are going down. The main thing is the double upgrade. So at this point, Protoss is communicating that well, the Zerg hasn't actually seen inside the Protoss base, but Protoss is saying, I'm going for like a 3-base late game timing. There's not going to be any super early pushes here because the gateways count is really late, but the upgrades are going to be strong and early. So just building up the High Templar energy, and it looks like we're going to go for a Dark Archon, which I like again. It's just... So we haven't committed into a bunch of +1 Corsairs. Protoss air control is not going to be happening super hard, but at the same time we don't want our High Templar to get all nuked. This actually build I used to do a lot about a year and a half ago is you build a lot of magic units early and build up the energy on them, and then later on you go back and get the ground, and you start your upgrades early as well. Then later on you go back and supplement it with the rest of the ground units. So you're relying on just having like 4 High Templar with 3 storms each, and that means that if mutas come in and kill your High Templar, you've lost, because you don't have a large number of High Templar with low storms. You have a small number with a bunch, so you must get the Maelstrom. The build just doesn't work without Maelstrom. These Corsairs should be doing more. It's nice that they exist on the map a little bit, but they should be doing more. Going for Dragoon range and adding in Dragoons. I don't think there's been any Zealot legs yet. But that's okay, because this is such a defensive build. All the Protoss are trying to do is like move out to like here and here, and then have some Dragoons with Storm behind them. And Dragoons with Storm behind them are perfectly acceptable. You don't need speed lots to go with them. Adding a cannon at this point is just to give the Mutalist something to attack while the Maelstrom gets into position. Because it's not going to actually defend against mass Muta, but it's going to buy the seconds needed to get the Maelstrom and the Muta there. So Maelstrom and the Storm there. This Corsair flyby is a nice touch. We're just seeing where we're at. So where we are at is Zerg is still quite delayed on the tech. He's only now got his lair. We aren't seeing a Spire, but we are seeing triple Evo. So this Zerg, if it gets to the late game, he will be able to actually fight in the late game, which is not super ideal. We'd much rather there was no triple Evo, but it's good that we know about it. It tells us like what it is that the Zerg is looking to do. That said, if a Zerg was looking to do a triple Evo play, you would really want them to have a base at a corner. That kind of play is, I think, better suited to having like just you defend here, you have 4 bases, 4 gases, you have a Nidus, and then you play it from that way. I don't really like the triple Evo from this, because he's got to defend that angle, that angle, that angle, that angle. So there's a lot of trouble actually getting to the point where the triple Evo matters, if that makes sense. He can get his upgrade, but he's still going to have to deal with the situation where there's like a 3-2 Protoss attacking one of his bases, and he can't just build 10 Sunkens to each of them. Okay. This is just the Protoss fishing. This is not... we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gateways. This is not like the biggest attack ever, but it doesn't need to be. This is just a... let's see what's out there on the map. Let's force the opponent to make some units, and let's burn some storms. Because it's got all this energy, right? You've got all this energy. You've got these good upgrades. You gotta look for a trade. It doesn't have to be a good trade, but like a trade. It has to exist. So I like this move. We're never going to ever kill the Zerg at this point, but that doesn't mean we can't burn some energy. This is 5 games that we played on Shield Battery in a row, back to back. With neither one of us streaming, but at the same time it was Shield Battery, so there's no hacks possible. Archon gets sacked, but I think it's worth sacking the Archon to keep the High Templar and the Darkon safe, and to make sure that we don't take a bad engage, because we're kind of pushing our luck there. We're going out to try and trade some energy for some units, like force the Zerg to build more units, keep them a little bit honest, but what we're not trying to do is win the game. Not with that push. That was just something to do while we take this Nexus. Oh, Julia's convinced I'm hacking. Oh, they went 5-0. But he convinced I'm hacking. The fact that it's literally impossible doesn't matter. So yeah, we pull back. The upgrades continue. We've just finished our +2. We're now getting our +3. Okay. We've added an extra High Templar, or 3. Our Dark Archon is back up, or is going to be back up to having his energy again. So we can exert a little bit more pressure on the map. We wanted to make sure that at that moment where we had no storms at all, we weren't taking fights. We couldn't lose the goons over here. So we move out with 4 High Templar with like 8 storms and a Maelstrom. We storm the shit out of everything, and then we get the fuck out. Regroup, reinforce, try again. But there was no objective to it beyond just forcing a trade. Fortunately, we managed to get all the way over here, and there's no vision, because the Zerg has no map vision, which is weird, because there's not like there's a bunch of Corsairs out killing all the Overlords. The Zerg just doesn't seem to care about map vision. It's, as I said, it's weird. That Darkon went for the Maelstrom, but didn't have the energy. Okay. And again, the Protoss is just looking for trades. He's just moving around, seeing what's out there. Trying to snipe into a Dark Archon is not the strongest play imaginable. But I mean, some people like to try things, I guess. Protoss checks there's no base here. Okay, so the Zerg's still on 4 bases, behind on upgrades. Oh shit, there's some units over here. I actually think I missed that. I moved my entire army to the bottom right, because I'm assuming the Zerg has to have the bottom right at this point, but he doesn't. But this is not enough Hydras to actually beat, cannons and speedlots, so I don't know why this play exists. Like, they're down in upgrades. This is a donation, and I don't know why anybody would make that play. Okay, so this is not ideal for the Zerg. If you look at the arc he's going to face here, we're half on the high ground, and the attack angle is going to have to come from there, which is not a super wide front. And there's like a thing called crossing the T from like 19th century like naval warfare, but basically you don't want to run into a perpendicular line with a vertical line with a horizontal line, because then every single unit will be able to attack each one of your units as you come in. Which is what's going to happen here, because the Zerg army is not formed up into position. If the Zerg army was like some there, some there, some there, maybe like some over here, we could get a big arc that all comes in at once, and the storms would be used much less efficiently, and the Zerg units wouldn't clump on each other as much. But instead, we're just going to go in on a straight line. So this is not great positioning, but part of it is because he had no real awareness of where the Protoss army was. The scouting doesn't exist. But if you look to see how that plays out, he does try and run past a little and get like a better angle, but in the process of trying to do that, there's a lot of free damage taken against storms that don't need to be eaten. That was a waste of a storm. And the Protoss army is ultimately victorious. So Protoss pushes through, and again, part of the issue is that there's just too many fronts to defend. This base, and this base. That's a lot of frontage. If you were going for a triple Evo hive build, you cannot have that amount of frontage. Okay, so Protoss is happy on his 3 bases. He's just happily upgrading away. We've got +3 about to finish. We're on 2-2 at the moment, but we're going to a very quick 3-3. And yeah, Zerg doesn't really have any presence on the map, and is going to struggle to take another base, whereas Protoss can just do this. Like, this is in line with the attack angle. Zerg's told us to attack in this direction over and over, because this is a very strong position to take with Goon, so we're going to keep taking this attack angle. But in doing so, we pick up this for free. Whereas if we were attacking like this angle here, we'd have to try and take this base, but that would leave this one here kind of exposed. The fact that we can go that angle there on the map just gives us so much extra coverage on these bases. Additional gateways keep going down. Pro count's pretty good. I have no idea why anyone would try and take that base in this spot. That's a weird play. But okay. He's finally actually taken the high ground to defend it. The Lings try and do something, but they don't really get it done. Protoss is able to take a 4th base pretty securely, and just move the army around the middle of the map. So Zerg's, it's not unwinnable for Zerg at this point, but it's difficult because the Zerg has the challenge of where they're going to take their 5th base. It's not going to be an easy time taking a 5th base in this game. They'd have to try and take it over here, but then that gives them even more fronts to defend. You already got your 4 different angles to defend. Having to defend that one, the only upside this base gives you is that the Protoss can't easily push it without it, leaving that one undefended. And Protoss player is already transitioning into their Reavers by the look of it. Yeah. So Protoss has identified that this one's going late. And I mean, that's easy enough. The upgrades already exist. Just add the Sim Cities at the new bases, add the Reavers, and you're good. Oh, these probes being stuck is kind of annoying. I hate that this happens. That's the kind of thing that if other races played Protoss, they would not believe that we put up with that shit. Like, there's so much bad AI that impacts Protoss that like people who play other races have no idea about. Oh, I tried to feed back the Defiler, but my Dragoons were just blocking everything. It's kind of annoying. Okay, so shuttle over here for the storm drop, scouts the that base there by accident. That's accidental, but also, I mean, there's only so many places he can expand. Here, 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 right? So we identify that's what's going on. Reavers are being built out of this robo and coming over here to defend this base, because the only things that we're really afraid of at this point are Zerglings under Dark Swarm. But the Protoss army just spins around and goes for that base. Oh, it looks like he cancelled it. Okay. Turn back around again. Going for the storm drop over here, different angle. What the fuck is that drone count? The guy has like had like 60 drones at one point, and he's got like 4 drones mining his 3rd. That is inexplicable. Reaver's just out here doing work. And it's like, well, of course, the thing is, had he not cancelled that hatchery, my army would have kept going. But he cancelled the hatchery, so I turn around. And he showed me he cancelled it. That hatchery cancellation preemptively was not worth having your army run into all of my army. Okay, so I've confirmed that he is not taking 9 o'clock. Look over here. Observer comes over. Okay, there's a drone over here. We'll fill the drone. And he's like, well, how did you know there could be bases over here? It's like, well, because where else can they be? Where else on the map could they be? Went for DT drop. That's a very standard move late game, and he's taken 9 o'clock again. But he can't hold these bases. I can hold this base. He accuses me of hack as I run a speed shuttle into Hydralisks. Let's watch that again. You're a Zerg player watching a Protoss run their speed shuttle into your Hydralisks. You're like, yeah, this guy, this is what hack looks like. Adding some cannons, adding a robo for Reavers. And I can just keep up my pressure over here while making sure that he doesn't have this base. If you're going to keep doing DTs on this side of the map, because what else can he do? DTs get in. Armor upgrade to pretty good. Okay, so yeah, that's game 1 with a forge fast expand into double upgrades. Then we went for a game 2. That's the game 2 the next day. Hold on, let me check my SCR chart. Oh, the rest were on the 2nd. Okay. Okay, first one was on Vermeer. Replay ending 2-9. So there we go. Okay, so we've beaten him once with a pretty clean, just going into a forge fast expand upgrades. And he did a very bad Hydra Burst attempt where he had 6 Lings and like 6 Hydras and failed against 2 cannons. Okay, so it's cross position. Protoss opens 2 gate with a probe cut, I think. Yep. So we cut the 12th probe to go 10 gate, 11 gate, which is obviously the strongest possible play against a cross map opponent. Clearly indicating hack. Cut some more probes. Again, probe cut is what you do when playing against a cross map opponent. Okay. And throw away the first scout probe. Again, it's critical when you're hacking against a opponent to throw away the first scout probe. It helps really, you know, show them that you don't care. 2 Zealots hold the ramp. That's because we are actually doing a core rush behind this into a Stargate. So, one of the reasons that we pulled our Zealots back and went straight into the core is that we saw it was cross map. Another reason we did that is because we saw from his hatchery timing it had to be a 9 pool. So 9 pool has the ability to build 8 Zerglings pretty quickly, but what it can't do is build a bunch of drones at the same time. So the Zerglings only have any value at all if they can kill something. If the Zerglings don't get to kill anything, then all the Zerg has achieved is they haven't built any drones. and they've sacrificed economy for a fast spawning pool that does nothing. So the way that you counter Zerglings is you don't fight Zerglings. Because Zerglings that don't fight anything are just dead resources. So he's got all these Zerglings, but they have no value. They can't do anything. Constant Zealot production. Okay, so we're going constant Zealot production and constant Corsair production now. So we're cutting probes for this. But the thing is that we know that like he's already hindered his economy a lot with that 9 pool and the Zerglings. He's already not got that many lava for catching up. So the Corsair is going to put additional pressure on his lava. It's going to force him either to go Spore Colony or Hydra Den and Hydras. He's actually going to really struggle to hold just slow Zealots because he doesn't have the lava. He doesn't have the capacity to get what he needs. It's not like he can drop a bunch of Sunkens without fucking his economy further. It's not like he can build 20 Zerglings. He doesn't have the lava. So just building a bunch of slow Zealots at this point is actually pretty dangerous in a way that makes me smile. It's like, okay, he's going to threaten a counterattack, but this is 6 Zerglings. I'm not turning around for 6 Zerglings. I've got Zealots building. He could have actually potentially killed this pylon if he'd gone straight for the pylon, but if he wants to go for the mineral line, he's going to have trouble getting like good angles. These pylons are going to be quite disruptive. Probes can kind of handle themselves for a little bit while the Zealots finish. Which is exactly what happened. We don't even really need the gas at this point. And also, at this point, he's like, wait a second. That Protoss isn't turning around. I kind of need those 6 Zerglings back home. Those 6 Zerglings. How am I going to defend about those? Look at this drone count. It's just sad. Dragoon is going to attack the Sunken, because Dragoon does good damage against Sunken. Sunkens have base 1 armor, so Zealots have their... so is it base 1 or base 2 armor? I forget, but Zealots have their armor taken off twice, whereas... and they do like 2 times 8, so... Zealots against Sunkens kind of suck, but Dragoons, if your Dragoon can choose between hitting Zerglings, where you do 10 damage, or Sunkens, where you do like 18 damage, and also the Sunkens are harder to kill, you want to be hitting the Sunken. Also, we're killing this Overlord and that Overlord. Oh, he's finally got a Hydra up. That's going to be really helpful against the oh no, the Hydra's dead. Never mind. Okay, that could have been helpful. Oh, your Lings are back. If only these could have been here on time. Oh well. Dragoon's just in the back doing the extra damage that makes 2 Zealot hits kill a Zergling. Just hanging out, having a good time. We're just going to hang out by these hatcheries. Because if we just hang out above the hatcheries, we can just get good trades over and over. These Corsairs are doing well, aren't they? We've got, what, 3? 5 kills? This Corsair seems like a really strong unit. Okay, so that's cross map 2 gate. Okay, so 2 and 0. Let's see what comes next. Oh, we're going to play him again on Vermeer. Okay. Yeah, obviously, probe cut 1011 gate was the build cross map on Vermeer. I mean, that's the ultimate map hack build. Oh, we're doing fast expand again. Okay, seems legit. We're going to do a 12-12-12. Okay. I stole this build from Stork. It's pretty good against Overpool. Oh, we see a drone, so we know he's bottom right. Oh, he steals our gas. Weird. I guess we'll just take the natural gas. We lose our first scout probe to 6 Zerglings. That is really not ideal. That forced us to do a fairly big probe pull. We kind of need a second cannon, honestly. Good thing is that we actually we kill a Zergling before the fight even starts at the natural. Because he just kind of like runs around a little bit. Hold on, let's watch this again. So we lost our scout probe to the Lings, but we saw there were 6 Lings just moving across the map. So pull some probes, and also we had to send out a second scout probe because we need to make sure that we see what's behind this. It's so easy in this matchup to lose to just a Ling all in. So one probe stands there to just block the AI there, and then these ones kind of line up nicely there. Okay. So he just runs left and right and loses a Zergling for free. This one here moves slightly to the right, but then they turn around and just block here. Bit of a miss micro there. But, I mean, that was against 8 Zerglings. The fact that we lost no probes and we did... This was okay. I didn't realise they were actually this low. There's a thing that Bonif does that I think is really cool, where he just, he will... I watched him... That Zerglings in, and he just quickly cycled through and clicked on each individual one, identified which one was the lowest one, and then he just hunted down with a probe using moving shots. If there's a low one. If there's no low one, he obviously can't do that, but the fact that he knows which Zergling is the one to attack. Or when they run into his middle line, he focuses it. I'm letting this do a lot more than it should, honestly. They have no hit points. It's kind of fortunate that he forced me to take my gas at my natural, because I can mine my gas pretty freely now. I didn't want to take the gas at my natural, but I had to, and now that's going to work out nicely for me. Did I lose my scout probe again? I did, didn't I? Fuck. Let's see what happened. Okay. That was sloppy. Oh, we got a probe. Okay, we don't really have much in the way of scouting info here. We're just rushing a defensive archives here, this game. This is like a super defensive archives. Because 2 gates and Storm is pretty good against a lot of stuff. If we knew it was Hydras, we would never be getting this +1. But like getting a decently quick Storm is, you know, there's a lot that you can do against Storm. Or a lot you can fight with Storm. We really should add another cannon. This is 2 cannons here is not enough. Oh, there we go, another cannon. See, that's how you know it's not hack, is that just looking at my vision, I can say, okay, this is like, this is not safe. I need another cannon. I also add a cannon in the main for Muta. Oh, he shows me the Hydra. But that's not ideal. Oh, look at that vertical cannon range. That's sick. Add another forge. Cancel my +1. I didn't cancel the cannon. I guess I figured I didn't need to. We are behind this game. This is not a good opener for you as Protoss. You don't like to build, what, 6 cannons plus 1 in the main early on. It's not like we have a quick Stargate. We don't really have much going on this game. We're still going double forge though. I went for triple forge and cancelled one of them, but double forge. So double forge, and it looks like we're going to get a pair of DTs for Maelstrom too. So what my thought process at this point is that I have basically abdicated map control when I build 6 cannons. I am not going to be going out there and pressuring him with anything because I have nothing that can pressure him. I'm going to be forced to waste a bunch of time. So because I've been forced to waste a bunch of time, that means that I need to get something that gets stronger with time. So building magic units early is something that you can do when you can't pressure. I can't be out on the map. I don't have the gateways. I don't have the units. I don't have the upgrades. I've got no Z legs. I've got no Dragoon range. Can't do any of that shit. Can't be out of the map with Corsairs because I don't have any Corsairs. All I can do is defend behind my 6 cannons, and the only thing that gets value, the only thing that synergizes with having 6 cannons is building magic units and building up energy and getting upgrades. So that's the synergy I'm going for. And yeah, his drone count can recover really easily, Zakrom. So ear up, yeah. Yeah, the synergy I'm looking for with my build right now is just stuff that kicks in like 4 minutes. Because I can't do anything until then. So I have to go for stuff that kicks in 4 minutes because stuff that kicks in 2 minutes is no good for me. I can't do anything in 2 minutes. Yeah, I just took my natural gas. The gas deal really did nothing to me. So Zerg's done exactly what he wants to do. He's recovered his drone count. He has built a bunch of hatcheries. He's getting his evo. So Zerg's in a good position here. He shows me the Spire though. So showing me the Spire, at this point I'm like, okay, I've got some High Templar that have been building up energy all game long. I'm at this point, my entire game plan is I'm going to try and get the Maelstrom. That's my recovery plan. Although, if you think about this, he committed to the Spire after a long time after I committed to the DT, or to that Dark Archon. I built 2 DTs and went for Maelstrom before he started his Spire. So if this is map hack, it's like some kind of very weird future map hack where you you don't see their vision of what they have right now. You see their vision of what they will have in the future, which would be a very confusing kind of map hack. So yeah, I'm not showing the Maelstrom. Main thing at this point is I don't want to show the Maelstrom. Oh, am I going to show the Maelstrom? I'm going to show the Maelstrom. This is not the plan. Okay, keeping it a little bit further back. Clearing the lings, keeping it a little bit further back. Taking my third. I've got double forge. I've got a bunch of spellcasters. I do not want to be playing too aggro at this point in this game. This is not my plan. My plan is that I get stronger over time. My Dark Archon is never where I need it to be. I'm looking for a really juicy Maelstrom here and I just can't find it. Okay, that's something. Upgrade to 1-1. Losing the High Templar there's a bit sloppy. The Lurker's dying as the Observer dying is also, that's unfortunate for Zerg. Okay, so we've gotten what we needed done. We've run out of High Templar though at this point. We just need to sort of go back and defend this. However, we're near the 6 o'clock. If he was taking another base, it would be 6 o'clock because that's where it could be. So let's go take a look at 6. Obviously, there's no point attacking that. We have no Observer. There will be a Lurker there. There's one Lurker. We don't really care about one Lurker. We'll go cancel it again for one lurker. Upgrade timings are still really good. Oh, there's an attack over here. But you look at this and, like, what does this attack kill? Like, if you're Zerg and you're looking at, you're like, yeah, this is the play. What does this kill? I'm not very good at macro, and I still had a Valley Point army capable of defending this. He killed 2 cannons and he lost like 7 Hydras and a lurker. What does it kill? Which timing allows him to break that base with like 8 Hydras and a lurker? Because I don't know of that timing. Oh, that didn't hit anything. That wasn't any good. It sure would be nice if he still had those Hydras. Poor High Templar. That's a reference to something I told him where he said that I could only win with Protoss, and I said, well, good thing I play Protoss. Okay, so that's 3-0. Played on Shield Battery, neither of us streaming. Ooh, we get a Polypoid game. Sends his Overlord straight towards me, clearly map hacking. Oh shit, Overlord got seen, clearly map hack. Okay, so what's the Protoss going for this game? It's a 1 gate. 4 games, 4 strategies, boys. Only 1 probe on gas, interesting. Okay, now it's 3 probes on gas. Just making sure that we had enough probes on middles first, I guess. Sends out a Zealot, but doesn't send it out very far. Is second Zealot going to be on time? Is it going to be on time? No way of knowing. Oh, panic pull some probes. Panic pull the probes. Oh, it wasn't on time. Oh, and we lost another scout probe over here. Oh, Stargate's a decent timing. I should build a Dragoon to deal with these lengths. This is kind of annoying. Like, this is a lot of mining time damage. My Zealot's just stuck on a crystal. Oh, that is not the play. He did not want to be feeding Lings into the ramp there. Attacking one of the Zealots from behind, it's like, okay, but I've got 4 of them. Hey, Dragoon's done. Kills a Ling, so kills a probe, but I mean the trades with the Lings have not been good for him so far. Okay, so it's a Hydra then. This is more or less actually what I was hoping for. That's why I went for the Forge. So there's been a pretty significant drone cut this game. To get the Lings and then to get the Hydras to defend here. So all we need to do is actually just move into a mid game where we take no damage from Hydras. So a single cannon will secure the ramp. Get any kind of Hydra all in. Yeah, of course I beat Julia 5-0. Hey, come on. He's Julia. I'm me. We're going Citadel, we're going +1, we have a cannon. So the Hydra push that the cannon is actually needed against doesn't... Oh, it does materialize, okay. So yeah, he could micro his way up the ramp with this, but that's why you have the cannon. One cannon will actually defend against this forever. That's all you need. But you have to have it. So that's why I go Corsair to force the Hydras. Corsair just flies through his base, so he has to build Hydras. But before I even see the Hydra then, the Forge is already starting, because I know that this is the transition stage that we're going. Yeah, that's good. This is the old nobody's streaming and we're playing on shield battery game state. So yeah, I'd have to have the shield battery specific hacks. This was back during Ascension. He was trying to qualify and he played me said 5 times and it didn't go quite the way he wanted. Okay, so we do a sweep through with the Corsair just to see where we're at. We're going +1 speed lot. Making sure we're hitting our timings, making sure we're building our pylons. If you look at his drone count was just so low because he built those Zerglings that didn't do any damage, and he built the Hydras, and the Hydras didn't really achieve anything either. Losing the Corsair for free, but I mean the scouting info is worth having. So at this point I'm just pushing out to deny his third. Now if he doesn't have a third, this is going to be a waste of time, but we'll see. Okay, he doesn't have a third, so this push is not really doing anything, but, you know, sometimes it's fun to push. Maybe his third's over here. And we've seen that he had a lair, so we're going straight into Robo. At this point, we are kind of assuming that it has to be, that it's probably Lurkers. And it looks like it's going to be Mutalisk, so this is going to be a rough game. This is not going to be the most optimal game anyone's ever played. How do I win this one? None of my units hit up. Okay, I build one cannon just in case, but his Mutalisks are already done. I'm rushing observers. It baffles me that somebody could watch this game and be like, yeah, this Protoss is hacking. This is... Like... I'm observer rushing with no anti-air against a player going for mutas. If it had actually gone straight for the cannons, I'd have been so dead. Fortunately, I now have a Archon. And he doesn't seem to have a third base, which is an odd choice. Okay, now he's going Lurkers by the way. Oh, that was very bad with the Corsairs. That was a bad play. Just flying them into a scourge. Okay, so at this point I'm kind of panicking against the Muta. I just want to like try and get something done while the Muta are on my side of the map. So that's what this speed up play is. I don't want to take this fight. What I want to do is get the Mutalisk off my side of the map. I need a shield battery for those. I just run them out and I run them back. Okay, so these trades have not been the trades he's been looking for. The shield battery would have made that go a lot better, but he tagged into the cannons and I had like 4 Corsairs somewhere around. And this Zealot has been checking this base, my Zealot push across the map to check that base. So we're pretty confident he's still on 2 gas. And 2 gas versus 2 gas, that's not a bad situation for us. I don't think I ever got +1 for my Corsairs. No, he's got +1 armor, I think. Yeah, so my Corsairs are doing nothing, but whatever. Oh, he tried to take 6 o'clock, but I denied it. I really should main out some more probes. Oh, he's going to go again. Oh. I would not be spending all my gas on observers for and flying them around the map if I had map hack, just for the record. Oh, can I get a storm? Can I get a storm? Oh, I can get a storm. Okay. He's been on... Oh, this is not a very good play. Oh, my observer was just slightly behind. If my observer had been with my army at this point... that's sloppy. That could have done so much better if I just had my observer slightly further forwards. This is just me being spiteful. I could have killed that hatchery so easily if I had had my observer slightly further forwards. It's a pity. I had to take a 3rd base at this point, but that attack was very bad by me. I should not have tried that. Yeah, clearly a map hack move to run all your speedlots into Mass Lurker. So we basically lost at this point, but he doesn't actually pressure. I've got no High Templar with Storm. I've got 3 Dragoons only. Killing that 1 probe cost him, what, 3 Hydras? He fucking hated that single probe. Our main's mining out, but we have fortunately taken another base, mining it. This is one of the worst games I've played, but... Okay, we're going to try and take 3 o'clock. I think he's going to go scout 3 o'clock blindly. He's just going to send units there without even knowing about it. Very cool, that's what happens. Oh no, he sends the drone there to try and take it. This sure is an attack. Just immediately kills the observer with the muters. But those muters have been taking a lot of goon fire for quite a long time. They're not having the best time. Wasn't a very strong attack. A single observer against mass lurkers on the high ground is not enough observers. How did I know to send my army here? Well, he showed me the mutalisks. Before he sent the lurkers in, he sent the muters in. I'm like, clearly you've just attack moved the mid-right. The muters got there slightly earlier because they could fly, but... I need my observer there kind of badly. I should never have lost this base. This is very sad. I lost an observer over here, and then I didn't even start my next observer for a very long time. Where's this observer going? Holy fuck. This is bad. This is very bad. Did that probe kill that? No. Okay, never mind. Okay, we're down on workers. We're down on bases. We've got 38 workers to 51. Does he have his hive? He's starting his hive now. He's got 2-1 upgrades. Does he have any Ling upgrades? He's taking the bottom left. Okay. Does he have a single Ling on the map that I can click on? That has to be his +1 ground though. Okay, we're going to check 12 o'clock, clear 12 o'clock. Defend 3 o'clock. Oh, you don't want to attack this base, friend. Of all the bases on the map you could attack, the one with the high ground, with the goons on the high ground, with the High Templar and the cannons building behind it. This is not... This isn't the one. I don't know why he looked at the map and was like, yeah, this is the spot. And then he flew in his mutas and like confirmed how much I had then. I was like, yep, definitely this is the spot. I've got 3 free upgrades. Holy shit. That's how I'm surviving this game. 3 free upgrades. I see a drone heading down here. I go out to kill it. Oh shit, there's some units. I run into them. My dragoons are very out of position. That's not ideal. Yeah, the Lings have +0. And I've got +3 armor. So the Lings do 1 damage a hit. That's not the kind of Ling damage you're looking for. Literally 1 damage per hit. I need more gateways. Kind of badly. Pick up the Nidus. Zealots on the ramp. Cover this base with cannons. He does not like his overlord much. What's he doing taking this base? What? This is where my army is. Oh, that was my own zealots I just stormed. I really wish I'd had another storm. 73, 74. Oh, it's all gone wrong. Oh, this is not the play. Or is it? Maybe this is the play. I've only got dragoons. Oh shit. This is definitely the play. Oh, now these guys are lurkers. Oh shit, I've been really outplayed. I should really take that Nexus again. And I should stop running my probes across these lurkers. 35 probes. It's not enough probes. Oh, that had full energy. So did that one. Oh shit, this is embarrassing. I've got no storm. Because I used one of my High Templar that only had one storm to storm the two that had 3 storms each. Oh no. Oh no. TT1, this is the, I played Julia 5 times during the Ascension ladder on Shield Battery. Neither of us were streaming, and I 5-0'd him. Yeah, I mean, clearly it's because I was just playing so well that day. Anybody who looks at these games, they can see that, you know, this really is the peak of Photos. This is as good as it gets. I like the Corsair switch. The old 27-minute no upgrade Corsair switch. The drone's walling out all his units at the camp. Truly, this is yeah, truly, I couldn't be beaten. This is he looks at it and he goes, yeah, that's just looking at this quality of play. The guy just can't be bested. The luck is too strong. It's just, he's too good. He's still got the entire left-hand side at this point, and more workers than me. There's only one probe mining this base. Why are you attacking a base that's not being mined? The fact that he attacked that base made me start building probes at it. It made me notice. Do. No, I think it's perfectly reasonable to want to make a tournament have 3 players from each race the way they did. The fact that you have to beat Bonnef and DeWalt to try and get a slot is perfectly fine. If you can't beat Bonnef and DeWalt, you don't want to be in there anyway. Okay, so it's now 4-0 with 4 different builds. We've done forward fast expand, 2 gate, 1 gate, and forward fast expand into double upgrade to Maelstrom. Let's see what we're going to do in game 5. Yeah, it's I do the Corsair DT build against players who I think, you know, are going to be difficult to beat. It's kind of all in, you see, and you wouldn't do it against Julia. You do it against Ziki, right? So I go a blind cannon here because I'm worried about a 9 pull. The drone kind of makes me feel a little bit safer though. Fallings. He steals my gas again. He's showing me all 6 links. Okay, he's showing me 8 links. You don't want to show all 8 links. If you show the Protoss player you've got 8 links, he's going to add a second cannon. Like, he's going to add a second cannon. All you've done is not build a bunch of drones. Oh yeah, that is not a good pool placement, is it? Yeah, that is not a good pool placement. Oh. Oh, he caught me right as I unwalled with my probe to build the gas at my natural. This probe was going up here to build that gas, and the second cannon was almost finished. That is not... that's not what you want to see. That is really not ideal. Oh, look at those misses! What the fuck? Miss? Miss? Wow. This is like the worst possible start I could have had. This is the worst start of all of the games so far. I'm just going to make a cannon in my main because I have to. Oh, so far 0 probes killed, 1 lane killed. Oh, he's going to get a probe. Okay. We've got a probe inside his base, drawing some Ling aggro. We're still scouting. We've got a Zealot just going to go chill out over here somewhere. Let's see what I do with the Zealot. I don't normally make early Zealot, so I'm actually kind of curious to see what I think is the correct way of using a Zealot. He's made a bunch more Lings. I think I was making the Hydra for the Ling run by, and then once they were in my base, I was like, no, I need a cannon. There are too many of them. And that's why I used the Zealot over here, because I didn't see any other use for it. So I've missed the Hydra Den here, which is interesting. The Hydra Den must be like here. Let's... Oh, I was so close to seeing it. But missing the Hydra Den is kind of bad. I know that there's no lair, but I would have liked to have seen the Hydra Den. This is not how you do Lings against Zealots, Julia. Okay, so it looks like I'm just going for Citadel and Zealots. That's a decent way of playing in this spot, I think. Because I know it's not going to be Mutas. Donates an Overlord for free. Not really the optimal play. And there's debate. I'm not going to say that like donating Overlord for free is a bad play because, you know, some people say it's good, some people say it's bad. You know, it is up in the air, but personally, it's not what I would have done. It's and yeah, it's nobody really knows. Okay, so it's Hydras. That cannon range. The Hydra was here when that cannon hit it. He can take this fight. He should not be running away from 2,000 a Dragoon. What a coward! What a coward. Adding a second forge. Looks like my speed's about to be done. So there should be something outside my base that lets him know that I'm doing this. Although he did have a Ling attacking the gateway, didn't he? So he knows that I went for a quick second gateway and then I produced a bunch of speed lots. So he knows the speed lot timing's coming. He is 100% aware that there is a speed lot timing coming this game. Let's see how he reacts to it. He didn't see the move out because he's not looking for a move out. But he doesn't need to necessarily see that it's coming by seeing me leave my base because he knows that it has to be coming. He knows that I was doing this from the fact that I built extra gateways. Because his Ling saw free gate. So yeah, this is his preparation for the speed lock timing. He's got 4 Hydras. 3 Hydras. Oh, no, man, he actually did have more Hydras back here. Okay, so he didn't have nothing. Okay, he's managed to lose every single drone. Okay, okay, that's that shows a way that he could play it. Okay. Yeah, he's lost every single drone and all the Hydras against an attack that he saw was coming. So, yeah, it's not how I would have done it, but you know that's why it's important to remember there are many different ways to play this game. Hold on a second. Let's go back to when he had the Ling inside my base. So yeah, he can see that there are 3 gateways, right? He knows that this is a 3-gate Citadel play. It's the only thing he can see. Literally, the map is dark for him except 3 gateways and a Citadel. So, I mean, there really is no way he could have expected the speed lock timing. It's just, that's just, couldn't be done. Yeah, I do have a DT, but I don't have a Dark Archon. It's, oh, I'm pulling a High Templar into my main next to the cannon. This is a strong play. Bit suspect. How could I know that the player who's gone Lair with just a few Hydras and like extra hatcheries is going to transition into Muta? I mean, there's just no way of knowing. But I also have gone Robo in case it's Lurker. It might be that I'm just countering both Lurkers and Muta at this point. You can't really. Nobody could know. We know what I'm doing here. It's just it's not possible to you know figure out. Okay, I've literally seen the Mutalisk at this point, so now you could work out what my thought process is. But before then, it's not possible. No, I like Corsairs. TD1. I think it's always nice to have a Corsair. You could always get some damage on mutas. So that wasn't the strong. I saw them. I fucking saw them with the Corsair. Also, TD1, my second forge was super fucking fast. I built my second forge before my first forge started spinning. The Corsair flew over here and saw the mutas come out of the hatchery. This is a beautiful game. Oh, my mutas are completely out of position for this. Oh, it's good damage. He's up in workers. Although he does appear to be using Overlords as his Mutalisk stacking device, and the Overlords do appear to all be suiciding. Which is not necessarily optimal. And I'm not going to say it's not optimal, but it's not what I would do. So our 2-2's on the way. Oh, stormed my own Corsairs. on my own High Templar. Yeah, I don't think running your Hydras right into close combat range against 1/1 Dragoons is necessarily optimal. And I'm not gonna like commit and say it's not optimal, but it's not. I just don't know. I don't think anybody can answer that question, honestly. I need more gateways pretty badly, but I am building more. Upgrades are nice. Yeah, we're getting the gateways. Gateway count's pretty strong. Probe count could be better. 49 probes is not enough for this many bases, but whatever. Oh, 2/2's almost... Oh, he built Mutalisks again. I don't know if I would do a 13-minute Muta switch against somebody who's got a quick +2 armor. I feel like Mutalisks against +2 armor is not the strongest. But, you know, who can say? Don't have any storms, so I'm just going to back off against the Hydras. Because there's no real objective here. I've got my upgrades just chugging along. This attacking right now would be like an anti-timing. And it's yeah, there's just not really any actual thing to get on the map with an attack at that particular timing. Okay, take the hatchery there. Why not? He's on 0/0. I'm on 2/2. I don't think you need map hack to beat somebody who has 0/0 Hydras at 14 minutes. 10 damage. -3 gives you 7 damage. Divided by 2 gives you 3.5 damage. 30 hits to go through a Zealot's armor. A storm just completely misses everything. But the Zealots don't die. These Zealots are hilariously tanky. Oh, he's going into close combat range again. And here come the Overlords again. Charge at the Overlords. Whee! What's this guy doing? Boing, boing. Doesn't even cancel the hatchery. What's he doing? How could I guess Muta in a PvZ? I also went Robo and Observer as well that time. I saw the Mutas over here with my Corsair. I showed him a 3-gate speedlot opener, and then I ran my speedlots at his third base. And he's like, well, how did you know to attack the third base? Because it was the only one I could attack. It was right there. It's literally impossible to hack on shield battery, but you know. I mean, is there any other explanation for why I would go 3-gate speedlot opener and then attack with them? Why would I not attack a base that he wasn't at? It's just there's no explanation. It just doesn't make any sense.